Hi, this is a quick note on this comment or this item on Facebook where Peter Forth mentioned it's string parsing, sort of a thing. But what caught my eye and offense is when I see a case statement like this. Um, I just think how much it becomes how much the list oriented APL and K derived functional language that the cozy vocabulary adds to a fourth is I look at that sort of redundancy that's in those lines, and I'd put it this way: I don't have time for it. Um, so I came here. I'm going to put a timestamp down just to shoot. Let me clean out the result window here by just essentially doing nothing, which returns a null. And I picked that up. I copied, did a Control C. Let me put this list of stuff down in the result window, because that's the simplest way. This is one of the things, the entire interface, IUP interface, needs to be replaced with something sockets based. And one of the things is I can't see the clipboard directly, so I paste it, put it in there, and LVVM is an old vector to matrix. It goes way back. I've used it for too many years to stop using it. But that returns the result in the window, and this will split it on all the line feeds and save it in a variable T0, and which is now the 4 lines long, 4 lines. Now I'm going to go and tick, of course, gives the address of the function. This BL splits the same thing, splits it on blanks, and that's, you can see, factored out. And tick M is one of 4 each functions. This is monadic. It's got one argument here and one function, and it applies that function to each of those arguments, and then it stays saving this here, and I'm going to look at the length of that first one, of course, to show the T0 again. Let me throw a comment symbol. This is one of the things that makes the syntax of fourth quite convenient. You can split your lines up and see where you are quite conveniently. Also, you see how interactively the development of an idea is. So that first line, is here's T0, has split each of these into all of the words separated by spaces. So the actual parts that count are the zeroth and the fourth item. Everything else is, if you will, boilerplate to be split in or added in. So let me take each of those. Now here, this is dyadic. I've got T0, that list of these split lists. I want to grab the zeroth and the fourth item, and the function to do that is is the fundamental indexing function. And this is do it on each left. It's got this is the left function, the left noun, the right noun, the verb, and I'm going to save that in T1. So here I've just gone and pulled out the first and fourth items. And let me the zeroth and first of each of these is the names. And so let me go. This is again so convenient for demoing things. So there it picks out the words that count. But let me string that out, concatenate that across with matrix to vector, the inverse of VM, with blanks in between, and blanks is the separator of things. So now I have this list right here, and let me come down and show. I'm finding this extremely useful. Tick goes and makes a string out of the non-blank word following. So this produces the whole list of words again. And the other piece of it, the zeroth item, I can disclose, DSE. Disclose will always return the first item of a list. And that's just that monadic. And then again, blank strung out. So there I have my numbers. So now I have this and the logic. I'm going and using just the example of the 50. And one of the things, because things are executing at the x86 register level, I have to turn that into an integer. Somebody can take over the parsing and build that into the parsing. And where, let me show, I'm going to do a little diversion here to go and show some of the facility, how the help. Tick, again, this is where it's very convenient. So it makes a string out of mem, and words is essentially the cozy level of the fourth words. So there are all the words that contain mem, and one of the things I can do with the list is colon question mark returns all phrases in my script files that have colon, space, and mem. So this gets the definitions. And again, you see it's doing that on each of those. So here are all of the definitions of mem words, and actually the definition of here is included, because the thing that separates any item that it gets returned is a totally blank line, and here's or help or where has been sort of included by having a non-blank line here, so it's included with mem because it's a membership type function. In any case, this gets down to I'm using 50 as an example, where, let me again throw in, this is what I get. Oh, I can't, because I'll leave the list on the thing. Okay, that returns the item third. And the result of your last operation is always in a variable R0. And CL concatenates two lists together, and if they're the same type, like strings or ints or whatever, then it concatenates them as just their own type. Whereas comma L is a variant that will always concatenate two lists together. So anyway, there I've got my third button pressed, but that is unlike all of this. That is an object. That is a string, and I can do what I want with it, and it automatically, again, R0 is what's in the result. I can, for instance, reverse it. Um,